Bruce sees all.
When we bring up the exposure, we're already seeing metal plates or whatever. Let's call them metal. You know, you see the connection? That's a rod going by with connectors, right? Connections. Let's bring the exposure up a little more. Hold on. Sorry. Let's bring that exposure up a little more. Now, even more scary, because now we see that this is connected to this line here, and this line goes through these teeth, whatever you want to call it, the zipper. It's pretty incredible. You see it? And quite simply, I'm showing yet again constructed lines on the surface. It's just quite simply that. That's constructed. Look at that. I mean, the lines go by there. It's scary, you know? Getting a little scarier. Now we can really see that these rectangle plates, let's call them plates, that are going over there. We're seeing there's a line, massive bar or something in here. Lines going by. More connectors here on each side that you can see the teeth, right? Right there. The zipper, like an open zipper. So this research on the moon has nothing to do with other researchers that are researching the moon, because what I'm looking at is a system of lights, a system of smoking devices, and possibly a system of electronics or electricity, conductive plates, whatever it is that we are looking at here. And you're going to see through the conversion right here. We're looking at a negative shot. You know, I'm going to change angles, turn it sideways. This is really showing us something on the moon that is not even being spoken about in the UFO reports. These are constructed lines that pass over hundreds, if not all, basically craters. And I've showed this since 2016 over the years. So definitely in Aristarchus crater, I showed you these top pointed black lines. Well, I worked hard on these images, and I can show them well enough for us to get chills down our spines, because these are constructed objects. And the beautiful part of this, looking at the surface of the moon, is that even if we don't know what we're looking at, let's bring up the exposure. It doesn't matter. We do not need to know what these objects are to know if they're constructed or not. Get in too close. They most definitely are. We can see that the lines run for hundreds and some of them even thousands of miles in a straight line. That's another proof that also shows that it's not natural. Look it up. How far do you think ejecta can stay in a straight line? Well, not as long as what we're seeing here. So if this doesn't scare you, it does me. Very interesting. And we can actually see that there's several levels and many other bumps descending. And of course, if we're looking at something alien and or, if not extraterrestrial, but alien to us, we're going to have a hard time understanding it. But I wanted to show you the lines connecting these symmetrical objects. You can see they're dug out in the moon, literally lying on the surface with those two brilliant white beam lines in the center. Yes, they are obstructing the views. And again, it's an adjustment of the exposure here, brought down here, no negative, right? Whether it is negative or not, it's virtual truth of the surface of the moon. People prefer seeing it in black and white. Well, here you go, in black and white. But again, some people tell me, Bruce, it looks like train tracks. I often heard that. And yeah, of course, it does look like train tracks. But just the width of that train track, if it was a train track, would be about 50 to 60 kilometers long. You know, the length, 50 to 60 kilometers long. The width, 20 kilometers long, maybe 15 kilometers long, which would be pretty wide. And you can see that there was a manipulation of the surface there. And quite scary, actually, when you turn it around. It looks like an X-ray of, this is an X-ray filter. I remember the trolls got so mad at that back in the days. It is an X-ray filter. No, I don't have a NASA X-ray machine, and I'm not doing a sonde inside of the moon. But it's an X-ray machine that shows us this way, the surface. There's no manipulation, right? It's the optical illusion, you know, with our eyes, the reason why we don't see most of the objects. And this is just one area of the moon. What do we know by seeing this? And what can we confirm? We can confirm it's a massive construction. We can confirm it could be a device that has to do with something related to obstructing maybe the surface, even though this is in theory. It's definitely one of my theories. Why else would there be constructed objects going by with bright, massive lights refracting back? And I brought the exposure down because it really was very refractive. Thanks for your interest. No, there's no reason to get mad when you're doing a research and there's not a lot of interest to the research. This is something extremely hidden. It's scary. When I found this out, for me, it was enough. You know, reaching the world, yeah, sure, it would have been a high, but the high was realizing that the moon was inhabited and that I was able to actually see it and that I'm able to share some of this with you. Paul Sable, Pat Yassar, Darla Lama, Ruth Kelly, everyone who contributed, gifting out the memberships, and every way you have, Kristen Kruger, Michelle Preston. Thank you so much for the generous contributions, everyone. Thank you, Eric Dubé. Merci pour tout.
Aliens on the moon. When are they going to tell the world? Come on, Pentagon. Aliens on the moon. Aliens on the moon. And they're mining. And they're mining on the moon. Aliens on the moon.
Thank you very much for the support to this channel. Everyone, thanks for the generous contributions and thanks for watching the videos.
Aliens up down on the moon. They may be even coming right here soon. Aliens are mining on the moon. Yes, they are up there. Doesn't matter cause disclosure's coming soon. Disclosure's coming